without Butler, the Bulls they were pretty played pretty well against the Hawks side. I like the Bulls to go down and beat them without Butler. I'm going to go with the Bulls, and then they'll probably lose in 5 to Boston.
True, 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 true. But I got to say, I saw a lot out of them in in the game that the game that the Heat lost to the 76ers. Like I had told you the other night, I thought the 76ers were going to wipe the floor with the Heat,
Yeah,
but they didn't. It was a close game. It was a 104-105 game, and Jimmy Butler did not. He got hurt, but he suffered through it, man. He worked through it. He got to the end. What do you think there, Big Show? What do you think about the injury to Jimmy Butler? How's that going to affect the not 76ers, the Heat
I
playing the
mean,
ball?
ultimately, it's always a game changer if he's not able to play. But however, I do feel that Miami will be able to hold their own. Plus, they're in Miami, so that gives them that advantage. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to say Miami by 2.
You say Miami by 2. What makes you think it's going to be close? Why do you say that without Jimmy Buckets? I thought Jimmy Buckets was the playoff guru who shows up and scores your 30 and all of that stuff. Why do you think it'll be close? See, I don't think it'll be close. I think the Bulls will just run over the Heat without Jimmy Buckets.
I mean, honestly, it's playoffs. It's just do or die to go home. It's any given day, honestly. And I just feel that with the home crowd and the home advantage, I mean, Miami, they want to keep playing. I mean, if I'm on that team, we're going to give it our all. And I think that they're going to give Chicago a run for the money because they feel that with Jimmy Butler out, everybody's saying that Miami's not going to win. I think they're going to surprise people.
Okay, fair enough. What do you think there, Sooner? Are you a fan of Jimmy Butler?
yes, I like Jimmy Butler. I think he's very important, and I think
Agreed.
they gave it. I think they gave their best shot, and like I said, I picked them against Philly, but they came up a little short. I just don't think they're going to bounce, and I think the Bulls are kind of seem to be playing pretty well, and I say the Bulls go down and win.
And
But
the Bulls got it going. I have to admit they do have it going. Well, let me ask you this question now. Now going into the next game with the Pelicans, Zion is out, and what the heck is going on with Brandon Ingram, man? He didn't play. Go ahead, Show. What you got?
Yeah, that's a tough one, honestly, and with both of them. I don't really know what to think of it. I mean, honestly, I just think that they would have a better chance, but with the circumstances, I do feel that even though they beat them all year in the regular season, I think Sacramento's going to get them on this one.
I agree, Sacramento. And Ingram, the reason I think they didn't play him as much, I don't think he was in shape yet. He hadn't played much for about 3 weeks. He had missed, and that was kind of his first game back. And I think that they just either were nervous to play him that much, or maybe he just wasn't up to it. I'm sure he'll play more tomorrow, but without Zion, I agree. I like the Kings.
It's to me just a couple of observations. Then I got a big question for both of you guys. For me, if Zion goes down, and he went down with about 4 or 5 minutes left to go in the game, I don't care what conditioning Ingram is. He's got to come in and step off the bench and play.
I agree.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's like you have a pitch count of 75 pitches, but you got nobody in the bullpen. Your pitcher better get out there and throw about 10, 15 more pitches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. He should have got in.
That's my mindset. I understand this next man up stuff, but you've been sitting on the bench for a whole quarter, and your number one guy's out, and your number two guy's sitting on the bench, and he can come into the game. He's got to get in.
Yeah.
He's got to get in the game. I'm sorry.
Because, I mean, while he played this season, he had about, I think it was 21 points, almost 20.8 points per game is what he averaged for the season.
He was good.
So,
he was very good.
Very
good.
I hesitated in the beginning because, I mean, honestly, about Ingram, it's just that I agree. I think he can play. He's been resting and all that. He should be able to get in there and do something. And if it's not shooting or not much, pass the ball, get the assist in there, get that up. But he was shooting 50% this year, if I remember correctly, off the stats. But he's got to want it. And if he doesn't want it, then I mean, honestly, that's the hard part.
I don't know.
If he steps up and he does play well, I feel that New Orleans can easily beat Sacramento. But if neither one are going to play it, it's going to be a tough battle for them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Well, let me just throw this out at you guys. Out of all of the 8 teams that were in the play-in games, and I'll go through them: the Lakers, the Pelicans, the Warriors, the Kings, the Heat, the 76ers, the Bulls, and the Hawks. Who is the best team?
I mean, are we saying they're full strength? Because I don't think Miami
I'm just saying right now, who's the best team? I know as much as you both hate to say it, it's the Lakers.
And Lakers and Golden State.
Philly, I think Philly is Philly's right up there. I think Philly's up there, I think.
But see, that's what bothers me is if Zion didn't get hurt, the Lakers were going down.
Yep.
Okay. They would have been the best team in that 8 teams if Zion didn't get hurt. The way he was playing, he scored 40 before he went out with about 4 or 5 minutes to go. They had that game in their clutches. And even if they weren't the best team, they were probably playing the best team, or So I think that they would really be able to do some damage if Zion was healthy. But then the question comes: if you are a New Orleans fan, what do you do with Zion? He's never healthy.
He was healthy this year. He played in 70 games with. That's by far his best. I mean, I don't think he's been close in any other season. So definitely he's doing something. I mean,
but if he's not available when you need him most, which is this round of the play-in, and then probably again would have been. I would say they would probably would have been the favorites to go into the the 7th or 8th spot there. Well, if they would have won, it would have been the 7th spot. But to me, that's one of those deals. I'm thinking I'm trading while he's kind of high. Everybody thinks he's on a high. I might trade him for.
Well, I mean, his value is definitely better. Is the best it's been right now. He's proven he can go a whole season.
Right.
And too bad unfortunately for New Orleans. That's where a lot of the stars never want to stay there. So maybe that's the time to make the deal. So because they. Unfortunately, the big top guys that they always get, those guys never want to stay around.
Really.
So.
I hear you. The coming up games, like we have already discussed, I think we've got. I think I'm the only one that's taking the Bulls. You guys are both taking the Heat in that one.
I think I'm going with the Bulls because Jimmy Butler's not playing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the Kings Pelicans. I still want to say Pelicans. CJ McConnell's got to come along here and play a little basketball like he'd been doing the last couple of weeks of that season there. I think he was averaging like 25 plus a game. And, the interesting thing to me about the New Orleans team, the Pelicans, is I think it was before the trade deadline, they were ahead of the Mavericks.
They were 5th. They were riding. They were riding under the radar for a good few months, and
they were
towards the end. I mean, the Mavericks started
played well down the stretch.
Yeah, they started heating up, and then New Orleans started losing here and there, and Mavs just kept pushing it, and that's what got them up there.
And Ingram didn't play much. He did, like I said, that game was his first game back in like 3 weeks. So
I think March 21st is when he went out.
Yeah, and he just came back for the game 2 days ago. That was his first game back. I don't think that I like the Kings in the game because they don't have Zion, and I don't think Ingram is the Ingram that we're used to. And I just don't think. And Sacramento with Fox,
De'Aaron Fox,
yeah, he's good, and the guy who's
Sabonis,
yeah, he's a good player.
Double Sabonis,
gets traded all the time. Everywhere he goes, he's good, but he gets traded a lot. But he is a good player, and I don't think New Orleans will be able to score enough. So I like the Kings.
Cool. Now moving all the way ahead to Sunday, seeing how Show's got his Mavs hat on, and and Sooner has his Mavs shirt on.
Oh yeah.
What are we thinking for our boys?
Kawhi might not be playing, so even better. But that's what they're saying right now. I mean, because
that's what I heard.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel Mavericks are going to win it in 6, if not less. With Kyrie Irving, with Luka playing, I know Lively's not out on this series; he's not going to be in, unfortunately. And of course, condolences to Derek Lively and his whole family and friends for his mother's loss of his mother. I honestly feel that the Mavericks, they're ready. They're, aside from Lively being out, I think they're healthy, and I think they're going to give it a good run. And they're not going to go out without a fight if they are going to lose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see it going past 5.
I like the Mavericks in 6. Yeah, I think they're. I think they're the better team, the hotter team, and did they say Lively? He's how many is he just missing the first game or which game?
They're saying the series. I hope that's inaccurate, but I'm hoping it's just Sunday and that's it. But we're not sure just yet.
Well, apparently he's been doing full practices. He did full 5-on-5 practice the other day, so it's not too far behind. If they go 7, that's like 2 weeks. I can't see him out for 2 more weeks. So, maybe the first couple of games. Well, you got to keep those kind of things under your belt a little bit. You don't want the competition to know exactly what's going on, which is kind of the Kawhi thing too. Is they may be saying one thing, and all of a sudden he pulls a Willis Reed and comes out the tunnel. But if he's not playing, I won't believe it until I actually see it come Sunday.
Right.
For sure.
But I tell you, when you are such a physically gifted person and you have a swollen knee, a lot of those gifts go away. And so, if he can't cut, jump, this, that, and the other thing, he might be a liability for the Clippers. But I think I'm with all three. All three of us are in the same boat here. I really think the Mavs have these guys without Kawhi in 5 games. They don't have a closer. They're going to have to depend on Westbrook too much. I just don't see it. I just don't see him going past 5 games. 6 maybe, whatever. But it's definitely going to be a Mav celebration.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about in the other series? Any of them? That's technically an upset because that's 5 beating 4.
5 beating 4. I wouldn't consider it an upset, but hey, they want to.
And they're so close. I mean, they were 1 game apart. I still am a little confused of why I understand why they sat everybody on Sunday, but I didn't understand on Friday why they sat everyone, because if Dallas would have won the last 2 and the Clippers would have lost the last 2, then they would be the home court. I don't know why they sat everybody Friday. That still confuses me because they had a chance.
I'm not sure about that. Didn't they finish
only down
2 games?
Well, they're only 1 game behind on Friday. Going into Friday, they were 1 game. So if Dallas would have won Friday and Sunday and the Clippers lost Friday and Sunday, then Dallas would have the home court. But they didn't play the Stars on Friday either. That's the part I understand. Saturday, Sunday, it made no sense. It made sense, but not Friday. That was just
you're right. We would have had home court advantage. We're only 1 game behind, literally
going into Friday. Going into Friday. If we had won out and we'd have won by 1 game. That part I would like to ask Jason Kidd, why did you do that? Anyway.
I'm not too interested in home court advantage in this game. I don't think it would really matter that much. I don't, I understand it's a 4 versus 5 matchup, the whole bit. I don't think home court would make that much of a difference in this scenario. And the Mavericks are a good home team, a good away team. I don't give the Clippers that much credit. They were sinking a little bit towards the end of the season, and the Mavs were surging. And I would much rather have, to be honest with you, ask Jimmy Butler, ask Zion, ask either one of those guys about injury. A turned ankle for Luka or Kyrie in 2 games where maybe we're trying to get a home court advantage. I would much rather the rest. I'm glad that Luka's getting a week and a half off, basically. Yeah. And a week, well, I should say we can have a week and a couple of days off, basically, almost a week and a half. They come back healthy, strong, rested. I'm totally fine with all of that. I'm really excited about where we're sitting. We didn't have to, and everybody's talking about it's such a surprise. The Mavericks didn't finish in the playoffs last year, and now look at them. The Mavericks didn't finish in the playoffs last year because the Mavericks didn't want to finish in the playoffs last year. That's why
they kind of threw it away at the end. Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the play on the court. They decided, lottery or play-in. Yeah. And I'm with you, lottery.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking at the other first round series. I kind of like the Sixers maybe beating the Knicks. They were not, because they have Embiid all season. They are maybe the second or third seed.
Oh gosh, yes.
And they are only a few games behind the Knicks, and they now have him. He's been playing for a few weeks. He seems to in a 7-game series. I like the Sixers to win. That'd be a 7 beating a 2. And that's really the only other one I look in the first round. I mean, Suns, Timberwolves, but I think probably Timberwolves probably win that. But Knicks, 76ers, I really could see that happening.
I think the Knicks are either going to do good or they're going to do bad. One or the other. Honestly. Well, I think Sixers have a good shot.
Yeah, I agree with you. I got a good buddy of mine who I'm going to get on the show sometime between now and the weekend, who is a big time Knicks fan. So we'll have a little discussion about that. But I'm curious as to what's going to happen in this Laker Nuggets series. Because to be honest with you, if Anthony Street Clothes Davis shows up, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Denver. I don't think Denver is the team they were last year.
Yeah.
I know one of our other Sportspage Pundit buddies
got the broom out.
Yeah, he's all about the broom and the sweep and all of that.
I don't think they're going to sweep him. I don't think so.
I don't see that happening. And like I said, Anthony Davis is when he wants to play,
he's really good.
Is top 4 or 5 in the league.
Yeah,
he's a 30-20 guy. And there ain't too many 30-20 guys around. He can get you 20 rebounds in a game. I'm telling you.
Yep.
So, but the Lakers, Grant, I got to tell you that LeBron, he's old, and Zion was taking it to him, but he was giving it too. He was giving it back too. So we'll see what happens in the NBA these days. Playoff time, you don't get rest days. It's play, rest, play. It's not play 3 days later, show up and play. You can't take a day off either in the playoffs. So we'll see.
They do give them a little bit more because of TV. They get a little more breaks than they normally do in the regular season, though.
In the regular season, during the game, yeah.
They space those games out because of TV. And the Bucks Pacers, I would think it'd just be fine. It'd be hilarious if the Bucks lost because they fired their coach when he was 13-5 or something, or 20-5 or something like that.
Yeah, and then they go with Doc Rivers, who's even a worse coach.
Rivers is overrated.
Doc Rivers is terrible.
He is just. I don't get it.
Is Giannis playing? Is Giannis playing, or is he hurt?
He's hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. Giannis is hurt.
That's what happened last year. He got hurt in the first game,
exactly.
and they fired the guy who won the NBA's championship the year before. After he lost in the first round with his best player getting hurt. And then Griffin does well, but Giannis, I guess, doesn't like him. And they bring in Doc, which, I mean, Doc is just notorious for just not doing. I mean, he's failing. I mean, he had to finally have one of the elite first big three group to finally win it in Boston. I mean, Ray Allen, Garnett, and Pierce. I mean, that was just a great team. But then he still only won it one time.
I think Ray Allen hit the greatest shot in basketball history. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But yeah, I don't see the first round of the playoffs is not as exciting as the play-in games, to be honest with you. When one plays 8 or 7 plays,
But I don't know, 7-2, Sixers and Knicks. That
could be a good one. Only because of the injury factor.
I think that's one of the Sixers maybe.
Embiid missing all those games and them sliding all the way down to that spot. That's because at full strength, both teams are pretty equal. So that's almost a 4-5 kind of situation, because both teams.
They still only finished 3 games behind the Knicks, and without Embiid for 2 months.
So
and he's now kind of rolling, and he may be rested. He may actually be rested because of that.
Mm-hmm.
He may not be overworked because he's
we'll see.
And the Magic made the playoffs. That is not common as a 5 seed.
That is actually them making the playoff is actually magic. So
I know that's a 5 seed. Wow.
Yeah,
that is definitely the Embiid being injury is the only reason, because they had the same record as Sixers. And the Pacers had the same. I mean, it's just crazy. All these teams were so close.
Definitely. Well, gentlemen, anything else we got this evening?
Anybody got any other upsets or any other first rounds? I think.
Basketball wise, no. I'm excited to watch it, see how it goes as well. I'm going to step outside the box on this one. I know Kulik is not on tonight, but how about them Dallas Stars taking number 1, baby? Let's go.
I like to see that. I like to see that.
Over the Avalanche. We like that.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen.
Go Mavs, go Stars, go Celtics, baby.
No. Go Mavs, go Stars. No Celtics.
Yeah. Always been the Celtics, too.
Hey, don't forget about those Rangers either, buddy.
Hey, there you go.
No.
Me and Kevin can agree. No.
You wait till basketball season next year, buddy. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Good show. We are the Sportspage Pundits. Love you.
That's me.